we're good, right?
Yeah.
So it's 8:19. I will call the July 2024 CEC 20 business meeting to order. Joyce,
Yes.
can you take attendance, please? Sorry. Can you take attendance, Joyce, please?
Yes. Okay, we're gonna start for July 10, 2024 business meetings, please.
Here.
John,
Here.
Elizabeth,
Here.
Joyce, here. Mei Fan,
Here.
Wenming, okay, Yanqing,
Here.
thank you. How about Maya?
Maya is here.
Thank you. Tamara,
Here.
Kevin,
Yeah.
Fabiola,
Here.
thank you. Sabrina,
Here.
thank you. We're all good to go. Steve, floor is yours.
Great, thanks, Joyce. We also have interpretation for our business meeting in Arabic, Mandarin, and Spanish. You should see video of these interpreters, and you should also see their names in the participant list. They will now make their introductions. Could our Arabic interpreter please introduce yourself?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
مساء الخير. للحصول على الترجمة الفورية في اللغة العربية الرجاء الاتصال على رقم 347-966-4114 وإدخال الرمز 684-006-024 وعلامة الشباك. مرة ثانية للحصول على الترجمة في اللغة العربية الرجاء الاتصال على رقم 347-966-4114 وإدخال الرمز 684-006-024 وعلامة الشباك. شكرا. Arabic is done.
Thank you. Could our Mandarin interpreter please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Max Tan. The following was speaking by Mandarin. 各位今天参与20学区的家长请如果需要中文翻译，请拨打1347-966-4114，ID 密码为618-616-518，请字号。我再重述一次，今天有中文普通话翻译，请拨打1347-966-4114，ID 密码为618-616-518，请字号。OK， 谢谢。Thank you.
Thank you. And could our Spanish interpreter please make your announcement?
Buenas noches a todos. Si desea interpretación en español, por favor, marque desde su teléfono al 347-966-4114 e ingrese el código de conferencia 833-563-028, símbolo numeral. Le repito, si desea interpretación en español, por favor, marque desde su teléfono al 347-966-4114 e ingrese el número de conferencia 833-563-028, símbolo numeral. Esta información será publicada periódicamente en la casilla de diálogos. Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you. So for the business meeting, the only item on the agenda is a discussion of the budget from the year that just finished and an opening of the budget discussion for next year. So Mei Fang, can you go over the budget, do the budget review for us? And Mei Fang, is it better, just real quick, Mei Fang, is it better for her to sit here, Kevin?
Whatever she wants. I don't have to figure the screen.
Either one is fine. Okay.
You figure the screen? Wait, or no?
She won't, but can you share the sheet you made? And council members, you all should have a handout. There's a handout for those in the room
I look at that.
of the budget, put in the chat as well. So, okay, wherever you want to sit, I guess Mei Fang is okay.
So I'll be here, be okay. So you guys can
Just
hear
unmute
me, right?
yourself.
I just unmute myself, right? So here. Yes. I think they can hear me. Okay, so we will see the screen. We have to do the like the year is 24. The budget for the District 20 communicate the education council the budget report. So right now we have the total the budget report is the 22,500, and then we have the balance of the 10,122. Now if we total have the balance didn't use it, so we go into the detail, and we see the green one, and then they have the office supplies, P card, and the equipment. So we have to put the budget on that one, but we use most of money. The money will include some of for the student supplies, and then some for the CEC user, and then the balance, I think, just have the list the 190, only 96 didn't use it. I think this is a real success to use the we create the budget, and then we see the second one, the red color is for the parents enrollment for the event, and then we put on the 3,900, but we just only use 2,853 of this one. So balance is the $1,047 didn't use it. Now it's only for the 2 events. So we been have the 2 events. So and then later on have the e-track. We because we the government fund the thing is the only use like 525. So before we put the 1,500, right now is the parent have the 975. So the last is the member reimbursement. So we have the almost the 8,000 money did not take it. So this is for the detail for the end of the year of the June of the 24. So end the budget. So we didn't get the budget yet, but we have to think, we have maybe that the member to think about how to put the budget next year's, and then maybe we go into next meeting for the detail about this one, and then I think we maybe create more activity, more event for the kids, for the parents, for the teacher can getting together, like some activities. So we have to think about that, how to put the budget on which category. I think that we report to last year and then to review. So maybe we talk about the more detail about next meeting we get the funding. Right? Okay, thank you. This is my report. Thank you.
Great job.
John, you have a question?
Yeah, in regards to the budget from last time, we all discussed that we all wanted to come together and make sure that we spend the funds so that it wouldn't have to go back to New York City Public Schools. I mean, that all the funds that we have there, I think it was $10,000. That'd be a great help for our schools. So there has to be a better way this time that we could budget our money and spend it correctly so that we don't have to give it back to New York City Public Schools. We can use it for CEC District 20 children.
Yeah, and did that 2,500 Were we able to speak into it?
So the question that was asked was about the 2,500 that we budgeted for a merit increase for Kevin. This is something we did at the beginning of the year. It's something that has been told to CECs in the past that they can do. It's written in the CEC guidebook that you can give your administrative assistants a merit increase. However, midway through the year, we were told, no, you can't do that. And it's very frustrating to say the least. And I don't consider the issue closed. We just need people who want to sort of follow up with it. I've had conversations with a few people and I'm happy to share that with anyone who wants to sort of help out with that. So that's the answer to that question, Elizabeth. That's where it is now.
So it's still, I mean, they're just gonna put the 2,500 with the 10,000 and give it back?
Yep.
Yeah. But there's no way to,
At this point, none of this can be touched because we're out of this fiscal year. This year ended June 30th, like Mei Fang said.
so money's already.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because how come he was, the AA fund was unable to get reimbursed for all Ubers and Lyft?
I just put that, there wasn't enough money towards the end of the year, so I had to pay out of pocket. But I talked to SGO and she said at the next meeting, when it's actually a budget, I can ask to get reimbursed and you guys can vote on it. But for the next budget, I'd ask for an increase just so I can make sure I don't have to pay out of pocket and wait, because I don't have to wait like 2 or 3 months to get the money back. So yeah,
Wow,
but that was just enough.
so that's something that we should keep in mind.
Yeah.
So that will short you on the.
I have a
Ubers.
question.
Go ahead, Tamara.
The 3,000 for the swag, what did that come out of? Where in the budget did that money come out of?
We didn't spend that, that's just for future reference. I'm
That's just for future,
guesstimating if-
okay.
Yeah, if we're
Okay.
gonna do it, I'm guesstimating around 3,000 based on the last 2 years that we ordered swag. We should have 3,000 to cover more than enough.
And we should have done that since we have like 10,000 and that could have went to the kids
Well,
in the community.
the big thing about that is that a lot of it is from member reimbursements. So, and when we started at the beginning of the year, there was a lot of discussion and feedback that you guys don't want to take money away from the reimbursements, so we loved it. So that's why a lot of them get used.
So a lot of members didn't get reimbursed?
Oh, they didn't submit. In the bottom of the note said 7 council members submitted
Yeah.
reimbursements and only 3 members submitted for every month.
Oh, I got my money. Okay, because we got to do, like, I honestly, I agree with John. We got to do better because there's no way any of this money should be going back to the city, to the state, whatever, because that's $10,000. That's not, yeah, we need to do better when it comes to spending. Like even if we budget, like you said, money for the swag, we need to discuss like maybe doing like a CEC event, you know, and the parent event, that was both the legislative and the president's council, correct?
Yes, the breakfast.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The welcome back breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe, I don't know, we might want to think of just upping the budget a little bit and then actually spending the money, more money for that.
Yeah, sometimes I know in the past, sometimes we come in under budget on some of these events.
That's out of precaution, and sometimes it just happens. We're not going to order excess food.
Right.
What's the point of spending the money for excess food if we don't have enough guests?
Right.
But sometimes out of caution too. Maybe it's
Yeah.
we have like 5,000, for example, 5,000 for events. I'm not sure how it'd be. So like how much? Because we go to different restaurants so far. So I would maybe ask them for how much I get for 4,000, and then they give me an estimate, and then we can play with the money around. I won't ever say how much I get for 5,000 because they might ask for more. So I always give like an underestimate to make sure we never go over budget. Because then that requires us to have a special meeting or wait till the next meeting to vote to move money around.
Yeah, that's one of the things as a PTA. That's why we always kind of like add a little bit extra just in case. So that part I get. But I'm thinking maybe because we have all our full board now this year, so we might actually hit that member reimbursement, and hopefully when we get the student member, we could hit that number a lot better. And y'all gotta be very diligent when y'all putting in y'all reimbursement to remember to put it in. Cause Kevin emailed me, Kevin, I put my stuff in. Like he had a lot of stuff to put in for me. So sorry, Kevin, but I got my stuff in at the last minute. You know, so I understand. So you guys have to be more diligent when it comes to making sure you get your reimbursement. And because I know a number of you drive in, so you literally y'all need to, with gas prices the way it is and traveling, some people are coming from Staten Island, all of that. So you guys need to be more diligent with doing that, because I know Kevin has been sending out the stuff email to everybody, and like even the information to sign it digitally, so you guys could submit that for him. So yeah, we need to be better what we're going to decide to do next year when it comes to this stuff.
John, you got another comment?
I got a comment.
Oh, go ahead,
ahead.
Joyce. Go ahead, Joyce. John, we'll come back to you. Ladies
Ladies
first.
first, yeah. Yeah, I think we did pretty good this year, but I know some council members, because now we're a parent, now we have jobs. Some parents have multiple jobs, it's busy. But I think next year I can step in to help on, like if some parents need help fill on the form, I can fill out for them. Then just when they come into the meeting, they just sign, and I can pass to for president, because that money we need to reimburse. We can after you reimburse, we can do many things for our school, or you can buy us lunch from the CEC. It's better than the money to go back to the city. But I think we did pretty good on this year, because I think mostly we did spend only the events, because events for 1,000 we cannot control the budgeting for how much is the price for the event. It's 1,000 is reasonable, and the other thing is that if we get as Kevin said, if we get earlier from how much is the cost, then we'll be able to purchase more food or other kind of stuff. But I think it's pretty good this year. Designer member reimbursement. But for Steve, you mentioned for 2,000. Sorry, Steve, you mentioned on the 2,500. If we be able to claim back, it still gives to Kevin, right? Or money
You
is
mean
lost.
for the next year, Joyce?
No, for this year.
No,
But
we can't get it. Yeah, for the year that we're starting today, right?
Yes.
No, from the last year, you say the case still open.
No, we lost. We can't get that money back.
Even the case still open.
But I'm arguing, no, we're still, it's complicated. Basically, I didn't like their response. But this is the DOE. I can't remember the person's title, but basically they said there's no way CECs can give AAs merit increases anymore. Partly having to do with the districts, because Kevin is now a member of DC 37. But I argued that we had approved that before he became a member. But then they said every AA has a 2-year probationary period when they cannot receive an increase, which, that was new information. I was not aware of that when we did and we certainly weren't told that. We went through our senior grants officer for the process on how to do this. And we never heard anything about a 2-year probationary period from the senior grants officer. This is another department telling us that we can't give Kevin a raise for 2 years. And I think your October is your 2-year mark. So that was the discussion, Joyce. Those were the issues that came up. And so I'm still, when we have the conversation again, when we go back to them, we need to argue that, I don't know. Now it's complicated because he's a DC 37 member. I still think we should be able to award him a bonus out of our budget. So anyway, that's where it is right now, Joyce.
I have the one idea for the member reimbursement. So can the cabinet have to do some people this month? We have a category like July, right?
Yeah.
Some people submit the form. They will do the current the sheet can remind.
mean like a form, who have it did?
And who did that? Who did not did that?
Maybe, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Because
right,
because some people didn't know they did or not.
right. Yeah,
Like me.
Oh,
Each month is.
it's possible. Yeah,
see,
send it out. Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe.
I have it. I do
yeah,
have it.
you
I just don't
do
share it. 'cause
one
it's
and then
personal.
remind
Because I
the
don't want. I
member-
don't know if it's personal information.
Yeah.
For everybody, if someone's submitting.
Maybe.
I
Yeah.
do I do have like everybody. Like I have my own. I have it. But I
Yeah.
don't share it because it's personal. I don't want to say
Yeah.
someone's
Like,
gonna be
I
personal.
think him sending out a general email saying,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you guys, we should know.
Yeah.
It's a-
That's your personal thing.
It's a cool idea, but I do
It's a
agree with you
cool idea.
guys.
It's a
Like, yeah,
privacy.
let's just.
Yeah.
Some people really don't understand.
It-
Some people, you know,
It-
this is a result.
Yeah, it's a cool idea, Dominic.
Oh,
You
which,
could-
which month I didn't know about,
I have yours. Like I have everything written down. Like everything's recorded.
because sometimes they didn't know exactly like me, but I know one time, I do
Yeah.
one time, but
I mean,
others, I didn't do it, but which month I totally forget, you know?
So,
So
but
it-
just remind you when you receive the check, that's on the with our pay stub, they will remind you which month. So
Yeah.
when you keep that,
It tells
you
you
should have
everything.
that. It tells you which month is reimbursement.
Okay.
Yeah, because we don't want like against
You could get in
Kevin's
trouble.
job. Kevin's
Uh,
job. Like you keep Kevin busy. Right now Kevin lose 250. I mean, I mean
No, I-
2,500. You still against
Yeah. Yeah, I
Can
saw
you-
the budgeting, if the balance is the 10,000, the 10,000. So if the member reimbursement will take like totally almost done.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, almost
Exactly.
done. It's do the perfect
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah,
John-
next year we make sure everyone is getting reimbursement. I will remind you everyone for every month.
That's good.
But after all the money is
Right.
done, we're gonna have fun. Yes.
Let's, John, go ahead. Did you have another comment?
Yeah, to my understanding, I heard that school supplies was donated for this year for our budget. So I want to know what schools were donated. Do you know?
Sylvia, we were talking about today, right? The donations about schools. Sorry, we're
Which,
talking about today about donating.
which schools receive donations of CEC funded school supplies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. John, they haven't distributed it yet.
Okay, no problem.
That's
All right, so
from
next year,
Sylvia.
I believe that we all should sit down as 2 new members, so all 9 of us put our heads together and make sure that these funds don't go back to New York City Public School. Not that it's a bad idea, but it's for our children and our district. So let's sit down next month and get it together.
I have a question, like how many schools do we give supplies to all the schools or just a certain amount of schools?
There's not enough to get to all the schools, so that's why it's more. I'm not sure, we're still logistical wise, not sure how which schools to give it to, or how to give it
It's,
to.
in that decision, it's always had to be the district's decision. It's not up, it's procedurally, it's not up, the CEC cannot pick and choose. It has to, we make the donation to the district and then they decide how to allocate it and they can share that with us at a late, when they do ultimately.
But
Yeah,
do-
and Sylvia's here and she says it's need-based.
P card is like things to purchase, like our refreshments and stuff.
It's, no, refresh, it's not.
Hold on a second. I think Tamara was still saying something.
I didn't hear.
Well,
Go ahead, Tamara.
what part of our funding went to the donation for the schools?
Answer that question, they found?
Hmm?
You can answer Tamara's question. She wants to know what part of the funding went to donations for schools.
The office
Yeah,
price,
off supplies and equipment,
equipment, and then the free floor
the P card, no.
did not.
Wait, so
Meredith.
we didn't, wait, what? So we,
Office supplies and equipment.
so the 483 and the 446 went to that was a donation.
Yeah, it was a mix because I purchased the office supplies at the beginning of the year. We had a good amount left because all we need is printer ink and some pens. So it's not really a lot. I can't remember how much the printer ink and pens were, but it's probably less than 100. So the rest of that, it was sitting there until about May, April, and then we ordered another set of school supplies.
But you have enough stuff for CEC business in that office.
Yes, now I do.
If you were saying something.
Oh, no, I said, what's a P card? What does it do again?
It's for last minute. It's like a quick debit card. And it's only for emergencies. I don't know exactly what are the requirements, but it's really strict and it's using it as likely to get audited, so we don't use it too much. We only use it to purchase our website. But other than that, I have the physical card, but I think it expires soon and I haven't used it for anything else.
John, I see your hand is still
Yeah,
up.
I was disconnected, so, I don't know if you heard me before, but there's gonna be 9 people now that we go all put our heads together and get this straightened out for next year so that we don't have to give back $10,000 to the New York City Public Schools. It's better off if we keep it within our district. So, I mean, for next meeting, I think we have to do better.
Anyone else on the budget? And like, Mifan, did you have anything else you wanted to say about it?
Oh, because we didn't get the budget yet, so maybe we talk about more detail about next meeting and how to put the money for which one, and then to see the detail about that one. But today is just report the 24 years, and then we didn't get a budget in this week.
Okay, hold on. So the eChalk, just a quick question. That's the website, correct?
That was so last year we had
That was like, yeah.
We ended it, but we had a leftover payment because okay, we didn't cancel it for the summer and they charged us a cancellation fee technically. So we had to pay for a couple months we used it. Because we did use it from I think around late spring to early summer. And they charged us for those months and then we canceled it because I think for the year they were gonna charge us, I think almost like 15,000. So then we canceled it, but they charge us that amount.
Steve, did you have a quick comment on?
Well, I don't know if, like, in looking at this, member reimbursements, underutilized, parent involvement, each are underutilized. What expenses are reimbursable that the members are submitting for?
I'll talk with you after about that.
Okay.
We'll talk more about that after. We can talk offline. I mean, that's what we're trying to figure out going forward for next year. But yeah.
And this year, eChalk isn't gonna be on the byline, so that's another 1,500 we can move around to think about.
Yeah. Throw a huge parent party.
Now,
Valid.
I know we went with Wix, right? And that payment for that was for like, was it, if I remember correctly, that was for 3 years?
2.
2?
Yeah, 2.
Okay. Would that be added to the budget for
No,
next
it's
year?
a
Or we
one-time.
just paid, it's a one-time offer? Okay.
John, I see your hand is still up.
Disregard, sorry, I'll pull it down.
Okay. Great. Okay, I think we are good on this. I think everyone understands the budgets. And again, let's everyone sort of think about ideas. Hopefully we get the budget by our August meeting. We should, right?
Last year got September, no?
Okay, so it might be September also. So great. Anything else for the business meeting, anyone?
For the next meeting, we gotta make sure that we follow up on the NIA funding.
Yeah,
Like
oh yeah.
goals. So, yeah, so that should be one of our priority.
So they was an email to us. What exactly which ones get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just gotta remember that.
Does anyone want to sort of help out on that one? Because that's going to involve, advocacy, emailing, contacting elected officials in the districts where the schools are located. I'll be part of that. I think it's best coming from president, but if anyone would like to help out on that, please let me know.
Steve, what is it in regards to?
The funding, John, for NIA.
Okay, I'll help out.
Yeah, I think
I'll
you'd be
help out as
great
well.
for that, for sure.
I want to step
for
in
sure.
too.
Gotcha, Joyce.
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter.
School different, so
So try it on.
part is the different, go to the different school, right? It's BCA didn't go to my school, only NIA go to my school,
Yeah,
so
they only pick one per school.
one per school, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if the NI didn't have the funding in my school, so I can choose different.
Good question. That's a good question. I don't know. Like get BCA in there? You mean, is that what you mean, Mayfong? That's what you mean, right?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know either.
Let's find out.
Yeah, because.
But actually like NIA, it's a different, the way they're run is totally different from BCA.
Sure, yeah, no. I think if we were to ask David, I think the answer would be, it's a principal, and a lot of these principals have long-standing relationships with these.
So who's funding
CBOs.
NIA? We don't know.
I mean, they're a nonprofit, right? So they probably they're all fundraising in state or city grant money.
So who was giving them the grants?
It was state money that went away.
State money, but which state money was that?
Yeah,
Why did it went away?
Yeah, no, that's all good questions. I was told,
BCA get funded, it's
Yeah.
called, everybody gets state money.
yep, here's what I was told. I don't know the truth of this. I was told there was an administrative error when NIA filed for the grant, which should be an automatic thing every year, but you still have to file some paperwork, right? I was told there was an administrative error. And so they missed the deadline or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, all of these are questions that should be answered, and most importantly, can the funding get restored? Right.
Restored. And if it doesn't get restored.
$3,000 a kid, that's crazy, right?
Like you know how it's 3,000, then you could be like, oh, if we didn't spend this budget, can some of that money go towards funding this, right?
I know,
How
right?
can we move around money like that
I know.
easily within the DOE?
Okay, sounds good. Good meeting, everyone. I think that's a wrap for the business meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn the business meeting?
I have a question. What's on the agenda for next month?
Let's see, August. Has anyone contacted us for any presentations that we know of?
No, that's a best.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything on no, other than superintendent, and I think he's usually away in August. I think it'll be deputy superintendent giving the report for that month. But other than that, I don't believe there's anything on the agenda.
Okay, well, maybe we should figure out with especially with some of the budget cuts that were some of it that was reinstated, find out about that, what was reinstated, what still needs money for the rest of the year, and what, because those cuts are still, there, in general. Not all the programs that were reinstated are getting all the funding back for those programs. So we still don't know what's going on with that. What about that that third party that came and talked about oh my God, what was it in November? It was like
About a budget
yeah, about the
presentation?
budget cuts. Yeah,
I think you mean IBO, Independent
yes,
Budget
IBO.
Office.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to them to see what did they hear, because I know the budget was done, and some of the programs that were being cut, some of them were reinstated, but not all of them got all the funding that they needed. They're being funded, but not all the way. So I know there was still talks about what's the next steps for that. And I think we need to know how to prepare for our schools going into next year, whether a lot of these programs are going to continue to be funded. And I feel like one of them had to do with the after school programs and stuff like that, which might target like NIA, what other CBOs that are losing funding or however that comes about.
Right. Yeah. And we could also get someone from the DOE, from the finance office themselves to come and speak to it as well. IBO kind of works on a project by project basis. They probably know what's going on. But basically, Tamara, you're saying a presentation on the budget, the state of the budget for schools.
Yeah, because that needs we need to know, because especially with we have no idea how next year is going to play out for everybody, if we're still going to be having an increase of like students coming in from from a lot of migrant students that are going to be coming into our schools, how we're going to be able to take care of them, like especially with the that thing in effect with I'm drawing a blank, where they have to leave the shelters after a certain amount of days and then find another one. So like there's an in and out of the schools for the kids. How is that going to affect that, especially with the ENL kids and everything like that? So I think that that's something we should look into, because it's all our schools are being funded, and we need to make sure that all the funds that our schools, the money that our schools are getting, they're all getting the funds that they need. Or if we have to fight for more funding for our schools by going through our elected official, that would be great to know, because if we got to fight, then we need to notify our parents and start doing that.
Got it. Yep. That sounds like a pretty good idea. Any other ideas for the August meeting? And if you do, you can share them between now and share them in the next few weeks. You can feel free to email and share offline.
Yeah, Steve, is it possible to invite all the like third party like BCA, I think I have YDR or CPC for those third party from the school after school programs before the school start? Can we share that? Can we invite them to share?
So Joyce, it would be inviting them to share like what they do basically.
Yeah, and then how many schools they involve, and what's the funding problem? Because I remember I reached out one school. It's like they want to use certain other like couple after school programs party. Some school, for example, if my school try to switch to CPC, they say okay, we will do the third party for your school, but we don't have enough funding. So because our budget maybe budget for 10 schools, so if add up one more school, we will do it, but we don't have funding for your school.
Right. So Joyce, if I heard you right, basically it would be some kind of speakers from CBOs, from different CBOs.
For the CBO, can we check now all our district 20 how much CBO involved?
Yep, got it. That makes sense. Okay, also a good idea.
Joyce, I do know that the schools that I know that have CPC are high schools. I don't know if they are part of any junior high schools, to be honest, because they're part of my kid's school. And I know at least 3 different high schools in District 20, as far as I know. I'm not sure if they're part of any middle school. I know Creative Connection is another CBO. That's part of McKinley. There's like a number of them. I guess it depends on what borough you live, depending on. So maybe we could ask like some of our other our schools what CBOs they're using, and maybe discuss it with like any of our CECs or citywides about like what CECs are their schools using, like what are the main ones, what are the ones that they hear repeatedly being used, and so forth. Because I'm gonna take a guess that NIA, our district, is not the only one that's going to be affected if NIA is here, because it's got to be citywide. So it might be other CBOs that might not be getting funding that we don't know, then they might not know it's yet. You know what I mean? So that'll be something to look into.
Yeah, I think these are really good topics, and there's a lot of information that are involved with, you know, finance in general and sort of budgets in general. And I think I would encourage, you know, all of us to maybe form up a, you know, let's try and think through the ideas and, you know, between now and August and sort of figure out what we want to, how we want to approach it, how we want to, you know, who we want to have in August, because I think we can definitely do something along these lines. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
What's all good, everyone? Joyce, Tamara, everything
Yeah.
good? All right.
We could just say thank you.
Motion
Because I
to,
know. Can we say last sentence?
go ahead, Joyce.
Yeah, because I know that Tamara mentioned about for McKinney CBO, as last McKinney CBO also lost the money, so we lost the program for specialized high schools after school program because we lost no funding for that.
Got it. Okay, so I think we have a good path forward for next meeting. I will make a motion to adjourn the business meeting.
Second.
There's officially I can't make a motion. Is there a motion to adjourn the business meeting?
Oh, motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Yes. Any
Aye.
opposed? No.
Nope.
All right. Have a good night, everyone. Adjourns. Business meeting interpreters. Thank you. You're dismissed. We'll see everyone back here August 14th. I guess we didn't. Yeah, we can't vote.